What's going on, YouTube? How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing good. Hey guys, listen, as promised, here we go. Perfect movie for these two TVs right here, guys. Perfect movie for these two TVs. It's like this movie was built for these TVs. I'm going to show you guys what these two TVs can do in various different excuse me, picture modes. So just to let you guys know, on the left I have the LG G3 in the 77 inch, and on the right I have the Sony A95k in the 65 inch. And let me tell you guys, man, I was watching this, just doing cutscene comparisons yesterday, side by side, just to get my own personal impressions. And I can't even tell you how close these two TVs are against each other right now. It's ridiculous. So big props for LG for stepping up their game and getting up to that QD level as far as picture pop goes. And as a matter of fact, in my personal opinion, LG kind of wins in a lot of different scenes. And I'm going to go over that a little bit with you guys and show you why I think the LG is better. Now, first and foremost, guys, I always like to show everybody where I'm at as far as the settings go. Um, so let me just pop up the menu for the G3 on the left. As you can see, I'm going to start us off in standard mode. And I know you guys want to check filmmaker mode out, and I will do that. But I would say a lot of people, if not most people, like to watch in standard mode. And especially with movies like this that have a lot of pop and color to it. Another thing I'm going to show you guys is going up to the settings right here. As you can see, it's highlighted all the way on the top. I'm going to hit select, let that load. And I want to go into advanced settings just to show you guys where the color is on the TV. So right now I'm at 65 as far as color goes. It's not all the way up. It's just kind of like right somewhat towards the middle. I can bring it down if I wanted to. But I kind of like it at that point. It's not too high, it's not too low. It's somewhere where it really just still has the pop to it, and things like that. So, all right, now I'm gonna back out, and then I'm gonna go into the A95K so you guys can also see, as you can see right here, where it's highlighted in blue, shows that we are in standard mode. I'm gonna go ahead and go into picture settings, and I also want to show you guys where the color is here. So 65 also. So just also want to let you guys know the temperature for both of them is on cool. All right. Now the brightness on both of them, as you saw in the A95K, is all the way up. I'll also show you where the brightness is on the G3, because I just kind of want to show you guys that I'm trying to make it as even as possible, pretty much right out the box. But I know there's certain things that a lot of people want to see. Is brightness is a big thing, color is a big thing. So here we go. And as you can see, the brightness is all the way up. All right. All right, guys. So right off the bat in standard mode, they look like twins. Almost no difference. I would say that the sky obviously looks a more pure white. You do see a tiny hint of pink in the clouds on the A95K. Full disclosure, guys, in the A95K, you're going to notice that it looks more pink through the camera, what you're seeing on your end. It is not, guys. It's really, really not as distinguishable or noticeable in person. And as a matter of fact, if you had this TV all sitting by itself, you really wouldn't even notice that unless you have it next to another TV like the G3 here on the left. All right. So just wanted to point that out. So what I'm really excited about to show you guys is the color on these two TVs. So what I'm gonna do is cut to a couple. Oh, here we go. Cut to a couple scenes that are kind of a big deal for me. Um, Over here, This is really what I when I was watching this particular scene right here, and again, I saw it in standard mode. I'll flip it to filmmaker mode. I know you guys really want to see that. um, but in standard mode, I noticed there's definitely more detail on the G3, guys. Um, Now, if you really look at the the details in her face, you can kind of see that it looks more realistic, like the imperfections in her face, the wrinkles in her face, where her cheekbone is, more distinguishable, more noticeable on the G3. Um, so that's one of the things I noticed on the G the G3. As far as the color goes, you see the reflection on her face of the fire. You're gonna notice is definitely more colorful on the A95K right off the bat. But you know what? It's crazy because although the color is beautiful and the or it's more orange and kind of more vibrant, there's still a certain glow on the G3 that is just blows you away. It really, it really kind of makes you think like, does color saturation matter when it looks like this on the G3? That's always what I keep thinking when I see this, when I see scenes like this throughout the entire movie. So that is something that you got to take into consideration on your end when you purchase these TVs. And I'm telling you right now, I love the way the G3 looks. It is something else. It's taken to a different level. I'm a huge fan, guys. Now, listen, the other thing I really appreciate about the G3 is its sheer 3D pop. I don't know what it is, if it's the MLA technology or if it's because it's a bigger screen or you got more immersion or whatever the case is, but when you look at the TV in person, I don't know if you guys can see it on your end. Everything, no matter what scene it is, every scene looks like it's sticking out, like it's just more 3D. And I remember ever since the beginning of time with LG OLEDs, it's always looked like that. But now with the G3, it like takes it to a whole other level. It's just like her hair right there on the G3 just looks like you can grab it. Like it looks like you can grab it. It's crazy. Her face looks like it's sticking out beyond the background where it's just popping towards you. Her ear looks like it's sticking out more on the G3. It's just it's pretty incredible how this TV projects the image. It really really is. I love it. Her eye right now is more clear on G3 versus the A95K. So, little things like that you're gonna notice, I feel, on the G3 when you pay close attention and do a side by side comparison. So that's a big deal. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip it to let's see, sorry. Oh, sorry. A little bit of lag there. I guess it's supposed to be cinema, right? All right, so cinema, and then let's go to different picture mode. Let's go to filmmaker mode, and I'll go to cinema. Sorry, I'm gonna go to cinema for both. As you can see, I'm in cinema for both. All right, and again, they look exactly the same. There's really no difference. What I really like about cinema is that, like, you see the dots, they're kind of like the glowing freckles on her face. Um, they both have a glow to it. I gotta say, the glow looks better on the A95K. It just looks more clean and clear. And I think that's what it really should be looking like. Her lips, for some reason in cinema mode, look better on the A95K. It looks more clear than it does on the LG G3. I think there's more clarification there. But on her cheek, the same area that I was talking about before in cinema mode still looks, to me, in my personal opinion, uh, a lot more detailed. Um, and then the shadow detail looks better on the G3 too. So like the darker part of her face going towards her hair is a lot darker on the A95K versus the G3. So I like that better. I like the shadow detail better so you can see more definition within the shadow in the LG G3. So now, what I'm confused about, and you guys can correct me, is when you go to filmmaker mode, and I'm gonna go to filmmaker mode as well, or there's cinema, of course you got game, graphics, photo, and then IMAX enhanced. So I think filmmaker mode is supposed to be the same as IMAX enhanced. I'm not sure, but we're gonna click and then we're gonna close and then we're gonna back out on both. And again, guys, I don't really see a big difference, to be honest with you, between IMAX Enhanced and Cinema. Um, and I'm not a big fan of those both of those modes anyways when I'm watching movies like this. What I want is pop, what I want is color, what I want is just high color volume. That's what I'm looking for when I watch these kinds of movies. So when I go back to standard mode, which you'll see, and I'm gonna kind of probably make it, there we go. We're gonna go to standard. We're gonna go back to standard here. Sorry. Oh, oops. Okay, stay here. All right. So you're gonna notice that it definitely has more pop, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm looking for when I watch movies like this. Now, all right, here we go. I just want to show you, this is actually a good scene to show you guys right here. Oh, sorry. Right here. A lot of color in this one. So again, we are in standard mode. I will flip it. Um, you're gonna notice the reds definitely have more pop in the A95K. Like you'll see what she's wearing right there, that red kind of shirt or whatever you want to call it. The other thing that you will notice is there's definitely more color saturation on the right in this scene. But is it the color saturation that you're looking for? I don't know, because when you look at the G3 and you see the highlights, like the sun beaming down, like the rays beaming down on them, like they're in a spotlight, look at how much better it looks on the G3 versus the A95K. It is truly amazing. And again, this is in standard mode, so obviously we will, have to, have our own personal opinions on that. But again, I feel like MLA technology just has those specular highlights just going on right now. They are killing it with that. And it's just like a, a fresh of breath air when you see this. It's truly, it's like if you had OLED TVs from LG, like I have, I believe since 2017. I've had the E7, the two CX models. I had the G2. Now I have, I'm on my fifth OLED TV, which is the G3. Guys, think about this. Like when you are somebody like me who's owned that many TVs from LG, this is a breath of fresh air. This is something that you've been waiting for, that you don't have to. And I don't have brand loyalty. I mean, I've had I've actually had more Samsung TVs than I've had LG TVs in the past, and I've had Sony TVs as well, like three or four of those. And I don't have brand loyalty. What I do have is just respect for LG because of their reliability. And that's one thing. I think they overall kind of have that part down. They have the best happy medium, the best picture quality, and the least amount of issues as far as software goes, in my personal opinion, just throughout my experience. So, um, and Sony too. You know, Sony's those TVs are rocks. I've had really good experience with them. I've owned less of them because of the premium that you have to pay to own one. I just feel like a lot of times, just like last year with the S95B, that and again, this is my personal opinion, guys. It really the premium that you pay on the Sony TVs, I feel like a lot of times doesn't justify what it should what it offers versus the other competition. It just doesn't, because the picture qualities are very, very close. And as you can see, this year, LG has definitely stepped it up. So, that's something that for you guys to consider. I'm not going to switch it to cinema mode in this one. I will soon. But I just want to show you guys this particular scene right here. Now, um, all right, guys. So I'm gonna switch it into cinema mode on here, but first, one thing I want to break down is the color variations within the tree there, the glowing tree. Those strings right there that you're seeing right now definitely look more pronounced and have more pop. Excuse me, have more pop on a G3. I don't care what anyone says. I know the A95K is a gorgeous TV, but you can actually individually see each string better on the G3 coming down from the tree than you can on the A95K. Could have a lot to do with size, but I, for some reason, don't really think so, because it's just something that this picture right now is showing to me. Um, just the glow, the specular highlights, the way it's breaking up the color better on the G3. As you can see on the A95K, don't get me wrong, it looks beautiful. The colors are very, very vibrant, actually more vibrant than they are on the G3, but not by much. And I feel like a lot of times that on the A95K, because of that saturation, kind of blends colors and starts to really kind of wash other colors out that are filtering or fading into it. So that's why I wanted to bring this up. And then look at the highlights. You see how the highlights break the colors better on the G3. So that's what I got to say. Now, one thing I will say is I do like the way the ground they're all standing on looks better on the A95K. I think it just has more glow. It's lighter. And I think you can see it better on the A95K than you can on the G3. Now, let me switch it to cinema mode. Wow. Cinema mode on the A95K looks pretty amazing. Let's switch it to uh, cinema. Oop, here. All right. Wow. Jesus. Okay, guys. So, um, look at this. I think this just proves my point even more now. The G3 obviously brighter, has more pop, has more 3D. You can see more detail in it. And the crazy part is now that we're in cinema mode, the ground is actually lighter on the G3 versus the A95K, which it was the other way around in standard mode, which is crazy. So all those little dots on the characters too that you see are definitely more noticeable in cinema mode on the G3 versus the A95K. This scene right here just looks a lot more dim, not as attractive on the A95K as what you would see. So now let's switch it to filmmaker. Let's see what that looks like. Sorry guys, right here, filmmaker mode on the G3. And I guess that's IMAX enhanced. I'm not really sure. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm gonna go there anyways. And you know what? Even if it's not exactly apples to apples, it looks apples to apples in this picture. They look the same. As a matter of fact, on the A95K, it actually looks more detailed in this mode here. You can kind of see the strings more vibrantly on the A95K, and it looks actually a little bit more washed out on the G3. So just saying, guys, that's what I'm seeing right now. The ground looks about the same brightness. Um, the details in the characters look all kind of the same. I don't really see a big difference. I can argue and say that I do think it looks more washed out on the G3, and it looks more detailed on the A95K in this overall picture right here. So now let's kind of switch some scenes here. You know, I don't want to be too long, guys. I'm gonna try to make this short. I don't want to bore everyone, but I want to show you guys one scene here. All right. Fire scenes are like a big deal to me when I'm watching something. Very big deal. So let me remember, we're still in the cinema and I'm going to switch it. But one thing I got to say right now is that they do look the same. I don't really see a difference in the mode they're in right now. I could say that on the G3, it definitely looks has more pop, more 3D. It looks like it's sticking out more right off the bat. That's my first, but I do see a little bit more detail on the A95K. It's almost really not even a point of bringing it up. Um, but the highlights actually look better on the A95K right now versus the G3. Is it close? Yes, but you know. Now let's switch it to cinema. Here we go. And then let's switch it to cinema on the A95K. All right. All right. So there's a big difference in cinema. Um, Definitely more vibrant on the G3 right off the bat. Definitely more detail and more 3D pop. So if you're gonna watch this movie in cinema, I would probably say the G3 would be the better way to go. Just has a lot more detail. That's all. So didn't mean to you know like just bum rush that answer there, but that's just once you get a reaction, that's what you got to go with, and that's what I'm seeing right there, guys. So a lot more specular highlights, a lot more 3D pop, a lot more color vibrancy, just all the way around. And when it comes to like fire scenes like this, I gotta go with the G3. And I'm surprised, and again, this is just in cinema mode. I'm pretty sure that's going to change in standard mode. So let's go to standard. Wow, the A95K. It's it's like hard to beat. And then let's go to standard mode on here, which is the G3. All right, sorry, here. Same thing. So fire, this looks better on the A95K now. I had a feeling that was going to happen. Just something about that QD OLED technology that makes that orange look really good. Just like the other scene where the reflection of the fire was going on her face. It's the same kind of concept here. Um, I think I definitely see more detail though in the smoke on the G3, and it still looks more 3D to me, like it sticks out more. So this is like kind of like a 50-50. It's going to be more of a personal preference thing for you guys if you're watching in standard mode in this movie. Um, so you know, but I would say that when it comes to like scenes in the fire, I mean, geez, standard mode for the A95K would probably take the win just because the way it looks, the way it just pops out with that color vibrancy. But again, you can't go wrong either way you go. So I'm going to keep it in standard mode right now. I'm going to scroll down some more. I do want to get to like some skin tones and things like that, but we're going to keep rolling and rolling and rolling. We're going to get to certain areas too, but here we're going to keep rolling. All right, so let's keep going. Sorry guys, I don't mean to bore you here. Oh, here we go. These are the scenes I wanted to get to. The bright scenes at the beach. I want to go to the beach. All right, here we go. So now, here we go. I want to stop it here. All right. This is the reason why I want to stop it here. Again, we are in standard mode right now, and I will switch it. But guys, look at the details on his shoulders, where the colors are, the feathers, or whatever you want to call them. I'm going to do a close-up on this one. I know you guys like the close-ups because this has a lot of color in it. So right off the bat, I like that aquatic greenish blue on the skin on the G3 better than the A95K. I'm sorry, I just do. It just pops more. It just feel like there's more detail. Feels like it's not washing out anything. And at the same time, it's brighter. That's the crazy part. It's actually brighter. So this is again in standard mode. Now, I'm going to do a close-up just to show you guys. We're going to go to the A95K first. If you look towards this area here, let me do a little bit closer. There's definitely a lot of detail. Like you can see as much as you can definitely see like the details within the feathers. Now, watch this though. Let's go to the G3. We're gonna do a close-up, same area. Look at that. Look at the way it breaks it up more purely. Look at that, guys. Look how much more detailed that is right there. All along here, this area here, all the detail is not washed out, but the color is still there. Guys, I'm telling you, the G3 is something else, man. It really is. And then when you back it up, look. It looks like it sticks out more, like the G3 just wants to come out and like the movie it's going to be in person. Like it's crazy. So let's switch it up. We're going to go to and again, I would watch it in standard mode, but we're going to switch it up. We're going to go to cinema. I feel like cinema looks kind of bland right now on the A95K. Now let's see what cinema looks like for the G3. Yeah, so I don't understand sometimes why this happens, but you can clearly tell cinema is brighter on the G3, and it's still holding the detail too better than it does on the G3. Now, don't get me wrong, the G3 or the A95K is definitely holding it down with the colors and the detail. The detail actually got better in cinema mode with the A95K versus when it was in standard mode. It's not as washed out. There's more detail, but I just wish that you can get more color pop and being brighter at the same time without washing out colors, without washing out the other colors. And I feel like the LG G3 definitely does that, guys. These are uncalibrated too, so most of us are not going to calibrate these TVs. Now let's switch it to, I'm going to have to switch it to IMAX Enhanced. All right, and then let's switch it to filmmaker mode. All right, here we go. Filmmaker mode. And again, same story, but it's still a little bit closer in this one. G3 is brighter. And the crazy part is that the detail is actually equivalent right now. Like that area that we're looking at where the colors are on his shoulders, his left shoulder looks more detailed. And you know what the crazy part is in this mode, that jewelry around his neck looks definitely more detailed on the A95K versus the G3. Again, in IMAX Enhanced. So that's cool. So, got to give respect when respect is due. All right, now let's go to a different scene. And this is probably going to be one of the last scenes here. I got to get going. Um, but I want to try to find something with actual skin tones. And then I'll maybe do another scene after that. So, what do you guys think so far? All right, here we go. Perfect. All right, guys, the skin tones look natural on both. Again, we are in filmmaker mode and IMAX enhanced for the A95k, and then again filmmaker mode in the G3. Um, they look similar in person. They might look a little bit more orange or something with the QD OLED right now through the camera, but I can tell you right now, they look exactly the same. I still think the G3 is definitely brighter in this particular scene, but the skin tones still look natural. Maybe his face looks a little bit more pink in the A95K, but that's really about it. There's really not that big of a difference, guys. So let's switch it to get out of filmmaker mode. Let's switch it to cinema, and then we're also going to switch it to cinema here. All right. And let's back out. And again, same story. It looks brighter on the G3. I do see more detail also on the G3, which within his dreadlocks. He skin looks lighter on the G3. So it's kind of the same story has always been. The overall picture looks more dim on the A95K. Um, and again, this is just this particular mode. So that's what I'm seeing. The greens look better on the G3. They don't look as dark, so like they do on the A95K. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is go to standard mode, which is probably my favorite mode. And I'm gonna go back to standard mode. Oops, sorry. I'm gonna go back to standard mode here. All right. Now they look a lot closer. Like now is when the A95K steps up the brightness. So, and that's the part that's crazy is now you'll see the QD OLED technology really kicking in strong on this particular scene. The skin tones, again, they both look very natural. Still a little bit more pink on the face on the A95K, but you can see like the bruises more on his face a little bit better on the A95K. A little bit more detail on the A95K too with the colors, but again, the G3 just still has that 3D pop, man. It's that you can't beat it. It looks like the guy is right there in the room with you. It is insane. So I'm gonna switch it now. Let's go here. All right, so here we go. All right, perfect scene right here, guys. So now, um, in standard mode, right? Right off the bat, brighter on the G3. Right off the bat, the reflections, like on the top right of his eye, the highlights right there, that white area looks better on the G3, just sticks out more. Um, the uh, the larger eye, that eyeball right there, guys, you can see actually you can see more detail. It's not as blurred out on the A95K as it is on the G3. But other than that, they look very, very similar in standard mode. Now, because of this particular mode, I just want to show you guys what it looks like in Vivid. And then maybe I'll obviously do the other ones too, but I know there's people out there that want to see Vivid, so we're gonna switch it up to Vivid. Oh my God, whoa, that's extreme. All right, let's go to Vivid here. Whoa, and that's extreme. All right, so I think Vivid handles better on the G3. Just definitely has more pop, but the color, that blue kind of blackish, kind of grayish color around his eye, like his skin, I think definitely looks a little bit more better. I would have to say the A95K has more detail, where the highlight, like the top right where the white is, but I like the specular highlights better of the G3. I just think it just pops out more, just wants to grab you. Not many people will watch in vivid mode, and obviously the G3 again is definitely brighter in vivid mode than it is uh, in the A95K. So let's switch down. Let's calm it down a little bit and go to cinema. And we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to go to cinema. All right, let's back it out. And there you go. Basically the same. I think you're going to get um, more color. Like the pink definitely looks more pink in the A95K. I don't like how it looks darker though, as far as his skin tones go. I think it can look a little too pink. I don't think that was the actual intent there, but on the A95K, I think it looks more natural on the G3. But again, that's just a personal opinion. You guys can step right in the comments and share your opinions with me too. I love hearing it because it just goes to show that everyone has their own preference, which is great, which is awesome, and that's what this is all about, guys. So please share your comments, throw it all out there. Go nuts on the comments. I love it. That's actually to let you guys know, especially like all around the world, because I'm getting comments from the UK, I'm getting comments from Australia, I'm getting comments from Mexico, I'm getting comments from all over the place. Just, please just let me know what you guys think. I love it. So it really means a lot to me, by the way. So I'm sorry, didn't mean to go off there. All right, so what are we? We're in cinema. Let's go to filmmaker. Um, here. Now let's go. All right, now we're in filmmaker, and then we're gonna switch on the A95K. IMAX enhanced. And it's crazy. IMAX enhanced, I have to say, is the mode where they look the most identical. Like there's almost literally no difference. Now, what I will say is in camera, you're probably going to see more detail in the A95K, which is actually true. In person, there is. So what I want to show you guys again in filmmaker mode or IMAX enhanced, they look very similar. And the crazy part is I don't even know if this is an apples to apples picture mode comparison. I honestly really don't. But it looks like it to me in person. But here, I'm gonna lift up the camera and I want to show you guys. Like this part right here is the part that I'm talking about right here, like where there's like the highlight and the details around the eye. Look at how defined that is in the A95K. Look at that. Look at that. Strong detail right there in IMAX Enhanced. And then you'll go over here, same area. You know what I mean? So don't get me wrong, in camera, it's going to look a little bit more pink, guys. I promise you it does not look like that. I know I keep repeating myself, but you have to understand that it doesn't look like that in person. It definitely looks more white. But the purity of the whites in the G3 do it for me, because it's always going to be pure white, But, it looks a little bit more washed out on the G3 in that particular area in these modes. So maybe I'll just do one more, guys. I'm just gonna try maybe to find trying to find a particular scene with lots of color, or at least in the water. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. Here we go. Oh, here we go. All right. This scene right here. Oh, no, why did I do that? All right. So, guys, look at that. Look at how much more clear it looks on the G3 versus the A95K. Now, don't get me wrong, they both look great. You can definitely see some green tinting that the LG is known for with these particular scenes, but look at that. I have to say the water definitely looks better. And again, we are in standard mode, I believe, or is it cinema? I can't even remember. Let me just look. Oh, filmmaker, I'm sorry. So we're going to switch that. All right. We're going to switch it. We're going to go to cinema first. And we're also going to go to cinema. This is going to be the last scene, guys. I do got to go. But here you go. And you can just tell. You know, I do like the blue that it gives out on the A95K, but come on, man. Look at just the way the G3 makes the reflections pop, the water reflections pop, like the way it sticks out more. It's just fascinating. There's just no way around it, you know? Now I'm gonna switch it to, let's go to standard. Oh, standard. Let's close that out. And we're going to switch it down back to standard here. And it's a tough one, man. I got to say it's a tough one. But again, the green, I feel like that greenish look does it for me better. And I feel like that was a little bit more of the intent on for the G3. You know, so tell me what you guys think, man. You know, this is a great movie for this type of comparison. Let me know if you guys want more of this. Please, guys, that's what it's all about. Just letting me know. What I want to do is I want to share my experience based off of what you guys also want to see. Because if it helps your decision making on your purchase, I will be more than happy to do what you want me to do. So, you know, this was definitely a big request, a very popular request. And so I kind of try to go by what's popular. I think another popular one is SDR in filmmaker mode, or SDR in general movies. So I will be doing one of those. I'm getting rid of the A95K very, very soon. So you'll be seeing the G3 versus the S95C, which I do have in my possession. So I will be setting that up once I get rid of the A95K. But guys, I want to first and foremost, before I let you go, thank everyone for the new subs, and the current and you know the lasting subs, the ones that been there with me since the beginning. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be to the level that I'm at right now. And I know I'm not a big YouTuber, and I get it, guys. But either way, just the kindness that comes out of you guys, the the gratefulness that comes out of you guys, um, you know, the just the sheer support that I get from you guys from all over the world. Like I said, I got a lot of people that comment from different markets, like the UK market, the market in Mexico, things like that. So, guys, you know, for me, that's why I like doing this. I just like interacting with everyone out there and sharing my personal experience with these two TVs. That's what it's all about. And that's what my channel is all about. Is everybody just helping each other out. This is not a pro review channel. This is a channel to share experience and just help each other out as best as we can when it comes to buying these beautiful TVs. Because let's just get real, guys. At these price points, you would really want to see somebody who owns these TVs and uses them, and you know, and is non-biased, has spent their own money on it. And you know I'm not the only one out there. I try to have fun with it, and you know, guys, if you can please help me hit my goal of 700 subs by the week, I would really appreciate it. I'm so close with that, guys. Please just help me do that. and please hit the notifications bell for future videos. I want to see everybody in the comments. I just don't want to see the views. I want to see the comments too. I want to see the likes. I want to see the subs. I want to see it all. But mostly I just want to interact with you guys. And like I said, that's truly my favorite part is chatting it up with you guys. I love it. That's really, truly my favorite thing. So thank you guys for all your support. Really appreciate it. I gotta go, and you'll see more of this in the future. And like I said, guys, if you can please subscribe, please help me hit that 700 subscriber goal that I have by the end of the week. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks, and I'll see you on the next one.